Good afternoon, listeners, and some informative stuff for Elder Scrolls. Going to start out with making sure you guys get in and log into your ESO account. By logging into your account, you'll get a receive a reward, and it's some sweet stuff. With all the things that are going on with all the malfunctions throughout the entire internet, it's an important thing for you guys to do is to log into your account. And so you don't necessarily have to log into your ESO account, but I do want you to log into your personal account that you go into. One of the places that you might see this. So I want to make sure that you guys log into your own account. That's an important thing. Right now, the updates in Google Play are giving some major issues over on a specific place called Twitch. The updates are not updating in the cell phones. What good is a cell phone if we can't make a phone call? Well, we need to make sure that our cell phones work, and getting the app process in. A cell phone's not really meant to go on the literal web. And so what I'm talking about with logging into your own account, with you logging into an app, that looks like a good avenue to where we can chat. And so with that on your phone, if you're watching this broadcast over on a cell phone, what I want you guys to do is go over on places like YouTube or over on Twitch, for example. This is a little different instance. I'm not for sure exactly on the cell phones, like how they're going to run here in the future. Whether people are actually clicking on the internet button over on like a Google Chrome, or just the app. Hopefully you see what I'm talking about, where whether you go and you click on the little literal internet button on your cell phone, or whether you click on your app. That's kind of needs to be kind of a general consensus on what people are actually, what button they're actually you're clicking on. That's an important thing for companies to understand, what the public is actually, which button is being pressed. Because if they keep on pressing different buttons, well, this works for me, well, this was working for me, I'm going to stay where I keep on clicking. On a cell phone, individually, what I see is clicking on an app that will actually get you into a place like Twitch. The thing that I'm seeing as a problem is there have been past users who are logging into other people's email accounts, and they're using the email accounts in different places throughout the internet sites that provide places like this for where you guys can see. The next step that I'm working towards is you can kind of see my hand moving here. I was working on earlier on a place. It was a part of what's called AI, and it was a kind of an animated person. And what I'm working on is in the animations with Elder Scrolls. I want to learn how the animations actually move. And so, a good news that's going on here today is we are going to be rounding up, going over from Frozen Coast Way Shrine and doing a run through, going over to South Watch Way Shrine. It's gearing us towards furthering in Skyblivion. And the good news with Skyblivion is, I don't know what this means, but the Skyblivion demo is now set to be released, and soon will be released. So that's good for you guys. For the full game, the hopes is by June of 2025, we will have the game ready for you guys over in Elder Scrolls Online. That's the hope. So doing the run through for those of you guys that have an ESO membership, what I want you guys to do is I want you to do a run through going over from Frozen Coast over to South Watch. I'm not for sure like what you have to pay as far as like getting into the game. That the game is about $39.99, and then the DLC goes. I think the first DLC of where we are with um, Frozen Coast going over to South Watch, it's about $24.99 for the DLC. Just kind of letting you in on knowing a little bit of what the small fees are. When it involves fees, there's multiple fees, and some of these fees I have no idea how much these things cost. Like when you ask how much does it cost to press a button? Well, obviously it's going to cost you something to press a button, and in order for us to know how much a thing specifically cost, like a setup fee, what you want to do is go over to the elderscrolls.com and then scroll down to where it's the one-time fee of $19.99. That will get you set up. When you start looking at the small fragments that make things work, you want to make sure that you pay in a regular place, like over in the elderscrolls.com, paying the one-time fee. That will set you up, and if there's some sort of confusion, the company will step in and say, just pay the one-time fee, and then we'll figure it out later about like what needs to be paid later. So be a good time for you guys to step in if you are on just a cell phone, or if you don't have a PC or a Macintosh, the luxury to be on a faster device. What I'm suggesting is for those of you that don't have a PC or Macintosh, go over to your public library right now and get logged in and pay the one-time fee of $19.99. If you're afraid to pay on your cell phone, that's the easy way of where you can actually pay the fee if you're afraid to pay on your cell phone. That's one way to pay on your cell phone is by going over on the elderscrolls.com and paying that one-time fee. That will better your cell phone if that's all you have. Now, for the public library, that's a good avenue to go in and pay for the small things. Whether you know you're watching the program going on every day, starting at 3 o'clock, going till 5:30. It's an important thing, and there's a lot of people that are coming in and going, and you want to make sure that you're driving in the right direction. And so in the local area here, I want those of you guys to come out to Summoner. That's an important thing because we're trying to complete the circle to where when we go in the circle, instead of going the other direction, we're going the wrong direction. So what we want to do is we want to go in the right direction. We want to start moving forward. There's two types of characters. These are imaginary. This is also real. There's two types of characters in the world. There's one character who tries to move forward in the world of Tamriel, and the second person is trying to move backwards in the world of Tamriel. So those of you that know who you are, and those of you who might like, what are you talking about? I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here. I'm just gonna stay here. And that's what you want to do is you want to start moving moving. I don't care if you're going backwards or if you're going forwards. We all have to go forward, and it's kind of goofy, funny, and that's the point of moving forward. You want to make sure that you can go in the circle so you can go out of the circle. By fluidly moving, that will help you. And what I'm talking about by watching this program every day, you might not be able to watch the program every day, and so it's an important thing to get in a regular routine to where you can watch the programming and learn a little bit. This is some sweet stuff, like the horsey you see in the in ElderScrollsOnline.com. By logging in here in this month, what I'm talking about with the login, we're going to be able to get the horsey. I'm going to get the horsey. I am definitely going to get the horsey. I'm a little frustrated that I can't ride evil right now. So what has to happen is we have to do a couple different things, and so my hopes here is by getting the pony, the pony is going to start furthering us a little bit better, as this is the third DLC pony in Sky Oblivion. Yeah, like what? Yeah, this is the third DLC pony. What kind of magic does this pony got? This pony's got a lot of magic. A lot of magic in this pony. And so coming up here in about a week, I think it is. Let's see here. So currently this is the December 11th of 2023 here in December. Coming up here it's about 2 weeks. So pony's gonna be gearing and ready in about 2 weeks. So we got to do a run through and prepare for the pony. So when you get logged into your ESO account today, make sure you go over to Frozen Coast Way Shrine and then move towards South Watch Way Shrine. This is a good run through of what I'm talking about, because over in Sky Oblivion, over in the game, it's just getting set up. And so what I'm talking about, the importance of you ESO members going into Sky Oblivion, because most of you that are ESO members can already get into Sky Oblivion. And so what I'm talking about, doing a run through is very easy and simple. Not all of the things are all processed, and just getting the things barely processed, it's kind of hard to run around without a pony or without your steed that you're trying to ride on in the game. And so it's an important thing, as now I do not know what I'm talking about. So we got the third DLC pony getting ready. What's the third DLC pony gonna do? This is always good to learn when you look at something every day. You've got to learn. You're just like, what good is that pony going to do us? Well, riding the pony will get you there a lot faster over to South Watch Way Shrine, where you can get into a very popular destination in Tamriel is Eversnow Inn. And if you remember the ponies, that's an old place. We're kind of backwards right now. We don't know what people are saying. And so what I'm talking about over, if you ever played the 5th version of Elder Scrolls, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Halfway to Hammerfell. And so it's that horse thief. We don't want horse thieves near Eversnow Inn. And so those Dread Reach enemies that we're encountering going into the game, we're gonna get better. There is a rune. There's 2 runes that look like they're fun dungeons to get involved in the first DLC, and getting the third DLC pony is going to help us get further into the game a lot faster, and we'll be able to bond. So getting your horse or your steed is an important thing for where you can bond, and you can learn when you can back off. There's a lot there. That's like a full loaded statement. There's a lot of things going on when you know like something is wrong, you kind of back off. And if you're dreaming, you don't really know what you're doing. But if you do know what you're doing, you kind of got to step back, and you gotta look in the past of what had actually did you some good. And so what I'm talking about here with the third DLC pony, I'm gonna ride that third DLC pony all the way to the third DLC and back to the first DLC. So this is a really good thing. Yeah, are you going over to Verglas? Or are you going over to Eversnow Inn? Well, it's a good thing while you get into the game. And the purpose of doing the run through from Frost or from Frozen Frost, we're not on Rifted just yet, but um, Frozen Coast Way Shrine is a perfect place for you guys to go in. So what I want to explain to you, going over to Western Skyrim over in ESO is very easy. And so going over there, this is the important thing. So you've got to listen of the importance of why I'm talking about going from Frozen Coast Way Shrine over to South Watch Way Shrine. The point of this is the way shrines are not actually functioning with the light. The light has to be lit up. And so I've been watching over there by Frozen Coast Way Shrine, and I've watched how some of the other users work, and so it's I'm getting better at understanding how the online users are actually working. So it's getting better. And so what I'm talking about with going over to Frozen Coast Way Shrine right now, and then start gearing towards going to South Watch Way Shrine, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's going to keep the light connected for us. You see what I'm saying? We need to have the Way Shrine light lit up. I thought it was taken care of, but what we have to do is we just have to keep on going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to make sure that the light is turned on. It's an important thing to do, and it's a connection. This is going to build the internet further on. That's an important step for us to understand. So what I want you guys to do, go over to Frozen Coast Way Shrine, go over and then move over to South Watch Way Shrine. Go take a little breather over in Eversnow Inn. There's an Argonian in there that is selling instead of the normal character that you thought you're like, what are Argonians selling over there? Then Nords came in like, no, we don't like Argonians. But there's an Argonian, and there might be a Breton or a Nord that is a waitress in there in the Eversnow Inn. So if you're looking to take a breather as you're going over to South Watch Way Shrine today, you can go and stop, take a breather over Eversnow Inn, and then start thinking about how we're going to have some horsies over there near the inn. We can get rid of the Dread Reach, and then we can start further down the road of expanding the reach. And it's a hard lesson, as we need to open up the doors over in the reach. And as you will see over at going from Frozen Coast Way Shrine over to South Watch Way Shrine, that's going to teach you a lot about the game. It'll start looking familiar to you, but it's going to be a little different from when you're going all the way over to the Way Shrine. I was all over the place here yesterday over in the game, and it was so much fun going back when you thought all the way from Dragon Bridge going to Eversnow Inn. You're like, what are those thieves? It's taxation. You gotta pay the toll. You gotta pay the toll, and that's probably what those bandits are trying to do in the future. But we're in the past, and so going through there, it's just slow. The toll road is slowly being built. If you can kind of understand that, the toll road is being built right now, and so what I need you guys to do is going over to Frozen Coast Way Shrine and doing a practice run for a while, all the way over to South Watch Way Shrine, and then going back in the mapping system, going back over to Frozen Coast Way Shrine and seeing if that way shrine is lit up, because both are intermittent currently. And so that's the important thing to do today. So get your steed ready. Let's get over to South Watch Way Shrine. Starts over with Frozen Coast Way Shrine. I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be right back. Just got back in, and this is good news. You kiddos are gonna love this. What I hear new on the street is coming out from Frozen Coast Way Shrine, which is you can see the picture in here. And if you are an Elder Scrolls 5 player, you're gonna love this. What I hear is what's going on in the fifth version. We're in the past right now. Now in the future, what this looks like is the horse thieves town is going down. It's getting burnt. It's getting burnt, and Eversnow is coming in. So this is a really good thing. And coming from Frozen Coast Way Shrine, we're looking at getting over to rebuilding Winterhold. This is the exact spot when you guys look over at here at Frozen Coast Way Shrine. Looking over here, as you see the pointer, we want to move to the right, and that will move us over to Winterhold. Whereas going over to the left, will this will take you over to Southwatch Way Shrine by looking to the left. And what we're going to do is we're going to hopefully, I don't know if I'll be specifically part of burning down the town, but it sure would be fun. So you see what I'm saying? Like getting the reach developed and either opening up that gate that you see down over in the reach, where you look down at the water. There's a building block that where you can't go in. And so what I'm talking about, it looks like what's going on is our minds are forgetting about the horse thief town, and most likely the town that's going to grow is Eversnow. And so that's that's gonna be fun if you like watching the dragons like burn down the buildings. Like you think like when you watch the game how the dragons like would breathing down fire. Like how do those houses even stay put? Like when the dragons like breathing down fire, the house is burnt. That in over where that's just burnt down. And so Eversnow is going to come in, and Eversnow has some plants to grow. That's a really good thing. What over in that area? What is good? What's the fertile ground going to produce? That's a good thing in Sky Oblivion. What plants are going to actually grow from that land? Probably vegetables. Well, over if you're a high isle player, you're looking at like, yeah, we want to grow sugar plants. So what over in near Eversnow Inn, what plants can be looked at to be growing? Well, we see by the coloration here near Frozen Coast Way Shrine, there's a lot of snow. Snowberries, berries, cranberries. What's gonna grow out of there near Southwatch Way Shrine? That's the point. Over or Eversnow Inn is not a pinpointed location yet. And so what I'm talking about with Southwatch Way Shrine, that is a pinpointed location. And so we have to get the way shrines lit up, and we need to keep them lit up so we can remember where things are. When you go over in the fifth version, you know exactly what I'm talking about, where the if I had a horse, I would be halfway to Hammerfell. Well, we can't really remember what the town is over where the horse thieves were. All we know is there was a bunch of horse thieves from the past, and over at Eversnow Inn, there aren't thieves. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking, is that the town will most likely be called Eversnow. Eversnow or Berry Berry Farm, Berry Farm Town. I don't know, but the that's a good thing. What I want you guys to do is I want you to go over to Frozen Coast Way Shrine right now, and then start moving towards Eversnow Inn to getting to the Southwatch Way Shrine, to where you come back, and then you see the Way Shrine lit up. It's an important thing. It shows that we have light in the game, and it shows that there's living users in the game. We actually see with our eyes. I'm just going to go further about talking about what the company does for Elder Scrolls. I'm just going to explain how Besta is basically our eyes, whereas ZeniMax is our ears, and so we need both in order to understand. So that's the main purpose of understanding. So this is a great thing. This is what you guys can currently do is go over to Southwatch Way Shrine, where in the future we'll start thinking of going over to building up Winterhold. So the mindset is kind of, we're looking right now, going over the left, and we're going to burn that house down over in the 5th version. So if you have like a Nintendo Switch, or if you have another game console that plays the 5th version, most likely the 5th version town is going to be burnt down to where we can start building up Winterhold. That's a sweet thing. And so here in the future thoughts of getting over to Winterhold is by doing some quests here in the future in the Labyrinthian. That's going to be some fun stuff. When you go over to the Labyrinthian, if you can even find Labyrinthian, go over to Morthal. If you're in the game over in Sky Oblivion, go over to Morthal, and you can start looking at going into the Labyrinthian, to where we start heading to the right over to building up Winterhold. When you go out of Morthal, you go up from the town, and then you want to remember to take a left outside of town, and then look to your right. You'll see Labyrinthian right away, and you got to go down a couple of blocks. Pretty easy game to understand, and it's a very fun game. That's super sweet. So that's the news on the street right now of getting over from Frozen Coast Way Shrine over to Southwatch Way Shrine. I had a couple other things that I was going to be speaking about, but this is all I can think about right now is going over to Southwatch Way Shrine and then back over to Frozen Coast Way Shrine to get the way shrines lit up. That's the important thing here for the game to grow. And also there's some new Sky Oblivion stuff that's being released. It's going to be released here for you guys here in the future. I haven't looked into it all the way, but this is going to be some sweet stuff to where you guys can look into the game being developed. Right over here, as you see this little rock, this little standing stone, where it's near what's called a rune. And I saw here last couple of days where there was a user who went in. There was a mysterious character that went in that took a chest over in the room. You can't go into the room. Well, the mysterious character hasn't come back yet, so that's something that's going to be looked at, of what this actual rune name is. Just like as much as we don't have the Eversnow Inn pinpointed in the game, hoping that the game will be pinpointed in Eversnow Inn, to where we can grow the game to where we can build the town again. We're gonna have to burn down the current town over in Elder Scrolls V, and we're gonna have to build up the town, because what's happening is we're going more we're getting curved over to the right hand side rather than going over to over to the left hand side. There's no way to get over to the regular town that you might see over in Elder Scrolls 5. Over in ESO, what you have to do is you have to go over to the right. You have to curve over the right. So that's what's being communicated right now. So this is the most current stuff that's going on with Sky Oblivion. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying your drive. I am going to take a quick break, and I will be right back. Just got back here, and this is some great stuff. What I want is hopefully you are going into Frozen Coast Way Shrine and going over to Eversnow Inn and taking a breather. Right now is an important step here of what's going on. Right here with the releasal part of Sky Oblivion, right here in the system. I don't know what this is going to look like, so what I'm going to do here with the count of 10, I'm going to release this, and I don't know what it's going to look like. So, count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, posting, and what does this say? Oh, there it is. So this is publishing coming soon. Loading bar is going. All right. The application is now visible on the Steam store. It may take up to 10 minutes to appear. Okay, I don't know what's going on. So all I know is over in the store, it's all pink violet. So you'll be able to look over in the store here soon, and should it takes sometimes it says 10 minutes to. So it's been published, and so this is a great thing. So there's some new stuff coming in for Sky Oblivion, as some new release information has just been published. It's some great stuff. So what I want you guys to do is keep on getting involved and doing a practice run through, going to Frozen Coast Way Shrine, and then moving over to Southwatch Way Shrine. It's kind of fun going and journeying over to the Southwatch Way Shrine. You get to see some snow leopards, some other characters that you might have not seen before, some like wild banshees, some skeletons that get mad because you go over near a ruin. And there's the ritual stones that are always a popular thing to do with the fighting in the game. So if you like to go into the ritual stone and fight an MMO style gameplay, perfect places to go. There's a couple of different ritual stones that are available for you guys to play as an MMO. The game of Sky Oblivion is both an RPG and an MMO RPG. So if you're looking to play an MMO, going over to those ritual stones will help you out tremendously. Just like over in High Isle, going over to those volcanic event places, that's like getting us ready for Fire Song. And so basically those ritual stones, those are getting us ready for Fire Song. Some forgot about Fire Song. And so we're kind of over in the second DLC of Scarves of Fate, and you look at that, you're like, wait a minute. So Scribes of Fate was like in like Necrom territory, because Scribes of Fate is Necrom territory. But this is a great thing that I saw before, because you don't want to go over, if you are in the ESO map, you don't want to go over into the Reach because you'll go right over into Scrivener's Hall, which really deviates from the different games series in Elder Scrolls. I'll just explain how important it is for you guys to be able to go through those portals and get into the game that you're trying to get. If you haven't paid for a DLC and you're trying to go over into a place, the the game won't switch over to where you're trying to go, because then a person's like, hey, I thought that was Skyblivion. Well, we thought it was Skyblivion too, but it's we're over in Necrom. So when you go over to Scrivener's Hall, if you've been through the process like I have, you go over there, you go in the dungeon, you see one of those eyeball characters, and then one of the characters kind of like to the left. He opens it up right away, but I didn't go in because I knew better. Because I knew if I would have gone in, it would have sent me to a totally different place. You're like, where am I? So if you really are into this second DLC and looking to complete the game in its full form here in the future, what I want you guys to go over to do after you get done with this, if you have some time, make sure you do your practice runs through Frost. Do your practice runs through Frozen Coast Wayshrine to Eversnow Inn. Then, if you have nothing better to do after that, going over to Craglorn and getting yourself into the dungeon will send you into the beautiful forested area of the region nearby Fall Creek. Sweet stuff. So that's a little hint for you guys that are in ESO. If you're scared to go into those dungeons, it's an eye-opening experience. So get over to Frozen Coast Way Shrine and learn some stuff about Elder Scrolls. I will be right back. just got back here. This is momentous. This is a momentous time. This is great stuff. So hopefully you guys are getting over to Frozen Coast Way Shrine and going over to South Watch Way Shrine. And for those of you that want to go over onto the web, it should be available. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to go onto the main place here in Steam. This takes a while. So I'm gonna go over here into the here in Steam, as you guys can see. There's of what I was talking about earlier. There's like a violet pink color here, where the finals. It's kind of like Adidas in here. And what I want you guys to do is go over to steamcommunity.com and see if you can see this. So I am going to go over here and check this out. So by typing in the Elder Scrolls Online Guide Oblivion. Okay, so let's see if this stays on the page. So momentous though. It's momentous. It's momentous. This was see in the Sky Oblivion some of the cover. It's a demo. It's like demonstrating the game. It doesn't look like much to some, but this is important to me and others as well. The Elder Scrolls Online Sky Oblivion. Demo. Okay, I see kind of what's going on. There's a be linked from the company to where I'm going to write Scrolls Online Okay, so so why what I'm going to do is I'm going to see I can see two. This is sweet. This is sweet. Okay, so that is showing, but when I go over here. I'm gonna look at this. Okay, so I'm on the screen that I see, but is it gonna go off? That's the point. Yeah, it just went off. So when I flip back onto this screen, does it go back on? That's the question. Nope, it's back on. So this is a really good thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go off the screen and just leave this on here to show you guys, so you can kind of see what's going on. Sometimes these things take a little bit of time to go in, so this might take a little bit of time to get processed. I'm going to go off the screen and I'm going to keep this on. This is a big hub. This is like us landing on the Elder Scrolls moon. Like this is how big this is. So I'm going to go off the screen and I will be right back. Well, hopefully you heard me. The microphone was muted apparently, but hopefully you've had a good drive. As hopefully you can hear this now. Not for sure what even to say now, but good point. I'm happy to see Sky Oblivion on the screen a little bit more. This is super sweet, and all of the little intricate measurements that have to be done. It's like science, and bringing science into life through animations that are spread throughout the entire world. Some super sweet stuff. Hopefully, you're doing a practice run through in Frozen Coast Way Shrine, going over to Eversnow Inn. And if you have nothing better to do tonight, come and check out the growth in Sky Oblivion, to where we're trying to grow over in Arena. So hopefully you have a good drive, the rest of the drive today, and that will lead you into tonight's game. I will be right back. Well, yeah, I'll be right back, and you'll be back too, and probably don't know what you're saying much as I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, you have a good drive.